Hello, I'm from Group 5, and my name is Agustin Lumbo, and here is my group mate, Abdul Shukri, Akil, Asfarizad, and Muhammad Farid Amirul. Today, we will present our topic about near misses. Near misses can be seen as free education on how to avoid accidents in the future. As a result, obtaining information about near misses and analyzing it in order to take necessary corrective action is one strategy to increase workplace safety. Next, definition. Near misses are unexpected issues that may have caused injury, sickness, or property damage but did not. The incidence of near misses or events that are prelude to real accidents implies a high degree of safety, culture, and operational control, both of which are required to successfully protect humans from the effects of a potential dangerous incidents.
Learning from near miss. According to the zero accident vision, all accidents are preventable. Through this learning process, to initiate corrective action to prevent similar accident occurring again in the future. Find a solution from memory, from past experience and knowledge. Help people to react in a similar situation later. Next, workplace with advanced safety practice undertakes similar investigation for near-miss case. In fact, one can state that near-miss case provide a free lesson in accident prevention. In accident prevention, it is essential to analyze what has happened in the past. Finding the root causes for all accident and near-miss case help to identify hazard and risks in the workplace based on which corrective action need to be taken. Gathering of the information about the case need to be performed systematically if it is to be successful. Collecting the information about near miss. The collection of near miss report require cooperation between employees and the employer. Workers are encouraged to report all near miss and the management commitment to safety is tangible. The basic why, when, and how all gathering information about near miss should be clear to everyone in the workplace. Workers need to understand that the motivating factor is to gather information and not to find who is guilty. The report of each near miss case should include the following main point: what happened, when, where, to whom, influencing factor. The factor that prevent the incident from occurring, suggestion about how to prevent similar case in the future. The name of the person, in case there is need to obtain additional information.
Reporting near should be everybody's responsibility all the time, not only the responsibility of those in the internal OSH organization or in management. For new workers, the training can be included in an orientation process. The procedure of gathering this case should be simple and everyone should have every access to the system irrespective of whether it is an electronic or paper-based reporting system. The process of reporting NEMIS performed on paper, there needs to be a common understanding on what fact to report and when to return these reports. In paper form are used, the process of converting this report into an electronic format need to be agreed upon in advance. Who will do the conversion and when? If near miss reports are informed orally, the receiver of the oral report may be a foreman, who in his or her turn has to make a more formal report either on paper or online. It is important that the process should not simply come to a stop with the oral reports. In The reports needs to be properly processed. There are 5 reporting near miss report. Firstly, receiving near miss report. Secondly, handling of near miss report. Thirdly, choosing the corrective action. Fourthly, implementation and follow up. Lastly, feedback. Receiving near miss reports. It is necessary appoint a person who is responsible for receiving the reports and to provide for backup in case of absence such as holiday, illness, and so on. There should also be a common understanding about how long it takes to handle the near miss report. Even though uh, it will not be possible to implement or corrective action immediately. The report should be handled quite soon after reception. Handling of near miss reports. After receiving and processing the near miss report, for example, registration into the database, corrective action needs to be considered. An investigation of near miss should be performed in a similar manner as an investigation of occupational accidents. For example, by performing the root cause analysis, corrective action should be considered in cooperation between management and workers. Because workers participated in devising corrective actions increase their commitment to implement this decision. When investigating near miss cases, the focus is on the question what might have happened. Those near miss cases that requires immediate corrective action. For example, icy and slippery surface needs to be corrected immediately. In such cases, the immediate danger needs to be resolved and permanent long-term solutions can be considered afterwards. Choosing the corrective actions. Planning of the corrective actions requires resources such as staff and time. It is possible that the first solution is not the best, and therefore this initial action should be evaluated after a period and perhaps new corrective actions instituted. A good practice is always have a person of authority with official decision-making capabilities involved in the selection of corrective actions, particularly if the corrective action require new investment. Another option is for the workers and foremen to consider the corrective action first to present this to the top management for approval and decision making. When choosing the corrective action, the focus should be on eliminating the risk. This can be done, for example, by removing the hazard or by changing the work process. Sometimes the risk cannot totally be eliminated. Then it is essential to choose corrective action in such a way that risks are reduced to an acceptable level. Implementation and follow-up. After the decision on the corrective action is made, the implementation should be ensured by naming a person in charge and agreeing on the schedule for implementing the corrective action. The implementation of corrective action should be followed up by after the deadline. The optimal situation will be if the corrective action can be implemented immediately. However, this is not always possible. In such a case that the implementation takes more than 1 month, then information about the future implementation should be shared at the workplace.
Feedback. A person who has reported a near-miss situation should receive feedback from those handling the report. The first feedback could simply be that the report has been received and include a note on the report processing schedule. This is important, especially in the case when the corrective action will not be taken immediately. After the corrective action has been decided, the person who has made the original report should be informed. Next, this will encourage others to provide additional near-miss reports since they will see the actual concrete change will result from reporting and that the reports are being taken seriously. If the near-miss report does not require any corrective action, this should also be informed to the person who made the original report. This will increase the commitment of workers to report near-miss case. Then they can be certified if they receive assurance about why modifications are not necessary. they can see that the report has been handled and corrective action have been considered. This provides some encouragement to the worker that a change might happen at a later date.
This is our conclusion about near misses. Near misses is an unplanned event which did not result in injury, illness, or damage, but had the potential to do so. Finding the root causes for all accidents and near miss cases helps to identify hazards and risks in the workplace based on which corrective actions need to be taken. In addition, the collection of near-miss reports requires cooperation between employees and the employer. To sum up, there are 5 processes of reporting near misses, which is receiving near miss reports, handling of near miss reports, choosing the corrective actions, implementation, and follow-up and feedback. This is our reference for this presentation. Thank you for watching our video. I hope you guys gained some knowledge about near misses through our video.